In this tutorial, we will be using Selenium to select dates from various online calendars. You want to get Chrome WebDriver and implicitly wait up to 3 seconds for our website to load. And we will get this website right here. Originally, when I first load the website, you will get something like this and you don't see the calendar. So I will grab the body using the XPath body, find element, driver, and then you will scroll down to the bottom of the page by using the keyboard key end, which will scroll all the way down to make sure everything is loaded. And then we don't have to scroll back to the top, but pressing home will get you to the top of the page, and that's just good to know. Next, we want to find the month, the day, and the year. And we do that by clicking this arrow right here, and then clicking down here, and then looking at Selectors Hub, and we see input, square bracket, %ID, month. And for the day, you see it is the relative XPath is /input, square bracket, %ID, day. And for year, we see that it is year over here. After we punch in all our information, you want to hit the create countdown. And this is the relative XPath for the create countdown button, which is right here. And we will click it. When you click on the date, you will see that it has a pop down and you will see 12 right here. Initially, when I ran the code, sometimes it would get stuck and it looked like this. So the way I solved it was I hit the tab key and was able to move over to the day list. And so we have send keys 12 to get the month that we want, and then we tab to find to enter our day button. I tried using body tab, but that just threw an error. So month send keys tab is the way to go. When I tried to duplicate the error, the website decided to behave, so I'm not going to record that. And we can actually put these two lines of code together into this. So the next for days, I will send keys 25 and hit the tab together, and the year 2025, and then tab over. And then I will wait 2 seconds so we can see what's going on before hitting this click button. Okay, so the next website, we see this, and originally you will see a blank input function, and when you click on the date, you will see that it has this format 01/14/2025. So we go over to Python string f time, and we see that the way to do it is to have %m, lowercase m, /%d, %capital Y. If we use lowercase y, we will just get the last 2 digits of the year. So uppercase Y will give you the 4-digit year. So this code, we will be using datetime and time delta from the Python library. For the current date, we just use datetime.now method, and then we can get the next day by adding time delta 1 day, or we can get the previous day, current date minus time delta 1 day. And if you click on the input type for this, we see that the input type right here is type text. So we want it to be formatted in the text string. That is why we went to use string f time. And then we want to print it out to make sure we are doing it correctly, which is just kind of a debugging method. And then you also see that when you actually click on it, you're actually working with the iframe right here. So if you're not familiar with iframes, there's a link in my video in the description explaining how to work with iframes. To work with iframes, you have the iframe right here, and then when you click on it, we see the XPath to the iframes. Relative XPath iframe, square bracket at class demo frame lazy loaded, which is this right here. And then we just use driver switch to .frame iframe. After that, we want to find our date picker. After we have selected into our iframe, we can then select our date picker. So you can see the date picker has XPath input square bracket ID date picker, which is this right here, that you can find by clicking on this and then clicking on inside the date picker. After that, we will click on the date picker, and then we would send the keys the formatted current text, which is this right here, which you would print out to see that it's correct. And then you hit tab to select your input. So running the code, you will see that it works. And we have formatted today's date. Okay, so for this website, we have this date picker, and we will call WebDriver Chrome again, implicitly wait 3 seconds, and then we will call this website, and we will work with date picker 2. Let's see, ID, date picker 2. So we will find element by ID, date picker 2, and then we will click on it. And then we will use the similar method as before, where we have the current date, we have the next date, and then we have the string of today's date. And then we will print it out to make sure that we are doing it correctly. And it should print out 14. And then we can get the current month by using datetime.now month. There's a bug where if you do current date and it is December, 12 plus 1 is 13, but we don't want 13. We want 13 modulo 12, which is 1, which is January. And then the current year you can get from datetime.now.year. When you click on this and then you open up the month, you will see that it has the options value. So if it has select, we know that it indicates it is a drop down. And then the drop by values, we see it has the month / 2025, single digit up to 10, 11, 12, and then it has, there's no leading 0. So we want that format to / 2025. So the next month, we want to select the next month. So we will have the format string, and then we have the next month, which is this, comes from right here. And then we have the current year, which comes from right here. And we want a / in between, no leading 0. And we want to print to make sure we are doing it correctly. And then when we click the drop down button, which is this right here, for the month selection, we want to select by value, and that will be the next month year formatted, which is this right here. We want to find the month drop down, and we can see the relative XPath is / select square bracket at title, change month, which is this right here. And the year would be over here. So you click this, and then you click the year, and then you will see the relative XPath is this right here, which you would put right here as the year drop down. And then we will select from the year drop down. So we will select by visible text string current year. So when we click on it, we see that the option value, and then we have these options right here, 5 / 5 / whatever month we're on, / and then the year. So we want this format. So select year drop down, which is this right here. And then we want to select by visible text 2025. We can go with the value option, but this is just easier to go with the select by visible text. We want to select by link text, and the day will have the 14 in front. So here you see we have the 14, the link text right here. So running the code, we see that it works.